My friends dared me. Spend a night in Blackwood Manor? Ha! Easy. Or so I thought. Everyone said the house was haunted. I didn't believe them. I liked scary movies. I loved spooky stories. But real ghosts? No way. Still, a dare is a dare. I decided to prove everyone wrong. 24 hours in that creepy house, alone. I could handle it, no problem. At least, that's what I told myself as I walked up the creaky porch steps. The door groaned open. Dust filled the air. Cobwebs hung from every corner. The air was cold, damp. I stepped inside. Each footstep echoed through the silence. The house smelled old, musty, like something had died here. I walked through the house. Each room was empty. Furniture covered in sheets. Shadows danced on the walls. The setting sun cast long, eerie fingers through the dusty windows. Night was coming, and I was trapped. The first whisper came after dark, a soft, breathy sound. It was so faint, I thought I might have imagined it. But it was there, unmistakable, like a ghostly breath against my ear. Like someone was right behind me. I spun around. Nothing there, just the empty room, shadows dancing in the corners. My heart pounded in my chest, and I could feel the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Must have been the wind, I told myself. The old house was full of creaks and groans, but deep down I knew it was something more. Something unseen, lurking in the darkness. I tried to ignore it. I took deep breaths, trying to calm my racing heart. I told myself it was just my imagination playing tricks on me. I tried to read a book, something to distract my mind. But the words on the page seemed to blur together and I couldn't focus. The silence in the room was deafening, but the silence was broken by more whispers. They were louder this time, more insistent. It was as if they were calling out to me, trying to draw me in. My name. Just my name. Over and over again. Each whisper sent a chill down my spine. I felt a growing sense of dread, like something terrible was about to happen. I couldn't take it anymore. The whispers were driving me mad. I had to do something, anything to make them stop. I had to find the source of the whispers. I grabbed a flashlight and steeled myself. I had to face whatever was haunting me. I walked from room to room. Each step felt heavier than the last. The house seemed to grow colder, the air thick with an unspoken fear. Each one colder than the last. The whispers followed me, growing louder, more urgent. My breath was visible in the frigid air and I shivered uncontrollably. They seemed to be coming from the walls, from the shadows themselves. The darkness seemed to pulse with a life of its own, whispering secrets I couldn't understand. Section 4, The Shadow. I entered a room at the end of the hall. A child's bedroom. The air was thick with an unsettling stillness, as if the room itself was holding its breath. A rocking horse swayed gently in the corner. No whispers here, just an eerie silence, the kind that makes your skin crawl and your heart race. And then I saw it, a shadow, moving across the wall. It was slow, deliberate, as if it knew I was watching. It took the shape of a hand, a grotesque, twisted hand that seemed to stretch and contort unnaturally. Long, bony fingers reaching out. I froze. My breath caught in my throat as I watched those fingers inch closer. My heart pounded in my chest. The shadow grew larger, closer. It was as if the darkness itself was coming to life, reaching out to claim me. I wanted to scream, but no sound came out. My voice was trapped, suffocated by the overwhelming fear that gripped me. It was right in front of me now. The shadow loomed, its presence suffocating, its form menacing. The icy touch sent shivers down my spine. It was as if the coldness of the grave had wrapped itself around me. I closed my eyes, bracing myself. The darkness was all-consuming, and I could only hope that it would pass, leaving me unscathed. Section 5. The Escape. When I opened my eyes, it was gone. The shadow had vanished. The room was empty. The silence was deafening, and the air felt thick with an unspoken dread. I could feel my heart pounding in my chest, each beat echoing in the stillness. The walls seemed to close in on me, and I knew I had to move, to escape before it was too late. I had to get out of there. The fear was overwhelming, a primal instinct to survive. My mind raced with thoughts of what could happen if I stayed. I could almost hear the whispers of those who had been trapped before me, urging me to run. I ran out of the room, out of the house. The corridors seemed endless, each turn more confusing than the last. But I didn't stop. I couldn't stop. The house felt alive, as if it was trying to keep me within its grasp. I didn't stop running until I was miles away. The whispers followed me. They were faint at first, just a murmur in the back of my mind. But as I ran, they grew louder, more insistent. It was as if the house was calling me back, refusing to let me go. They still follow me sometimes, in my dreams. The nightmares are vivid, filled with shadows and whispers. I wake up drenched in sweat, the fear as real as it was that night. The house haunts me, even in my sleep. I never went back to Blackwood Manor. No one ever will. The stories of what happened there have spread, a warning to all who hear them. The house stands abandoned, a dark silhouette against the sky, a reminder of the horrors within. Not if they know what's good for them. The whispers and shadows are a warning, a sign to stay away. Those who ignore them do so at their own peril. The whispers are a warning. The shadows are real. They are the remnants of those who were trapped, their souls forever bound to the house. They serve as a reminder of the danger that lurks within, and the house will never let go. It is a living entity, feeding on the fear and despair of those who enter. It waits patiently for its next victim, and once it has you, it will never let you go.